If you're trying to rebuild your relationship after cheating, I need you to hear this because what you do next will either lead to real repair or years of emotional whiplash that looks like progress but never actually gets you anywhere. You see, most couples don't fail because they don't love each other, because they do. They really do. But they fail because they don't know how to rebuild, either individually and together, in a way that creates safety instead of chaos. I'm Elise Kraft. I am a certified trauma-informed somatic life coach and the creator of the transparent partnership model. And I specialize in helping couples heal in the aftermath of betrayal, where one partner has acted out sexually or emotionally or both, and both are left in the wreckage trying to make sense of what's real, what's next, and whether they can ever trust again. Here's the thing that almost no one tells you about rebuilding after betrayal. There isn't just one relationship that needs repair. There are actually three. There's you, there's your partner, and then there's the relationship or the coupleship itself. Each of those has their own healing path. And when couples try to do all three at once or skip over them, it really does become chaotic. You, the betrayed partner, have to rebuild your safety first, your sense of trust within yourself first. You need to stop living in hypervigilance and start living in alignment again, and to even learn what you living in alignment even means. Your partner, the one that acted out, has to rebuild integrity, accountability, emotional awareness, emotional presence, emotional maturity. They have to learn to face themselves instead of hiding from their shame. And if they don't face themselves, they can't face you. And then, only then, when both people have started doing their own individual deeper work, can the coupleship begin its work. Because rebuilding isn't just about repairing what broke. It's about redesigning and recreating what comes next. And here's where most couples get stuck. They start to live inside the betrayal story. The betrayal becomes their whole life. Every conversation, every question, every moment circles back somehow, some way to what happened. And I get it. It's human nature to want answers and to want to understand why. But when your entire life becomes about the betrayal, you're unintentionally wiring your brain to stay stuck in it. I really need you to hear that because that is urgently important. You are unintentionally wiring your brain to stay stuck in the very thing that you want to move away from. The neural pathways of trauma get reinforced every time you replay the same story. So healing actually requires balance. You can't rebuild a future if you're still living entirely in the past. That's why I teach my clients to create micro moments of normal life again. Laughter, movement, rest, curiosity. Those are the moments that start to rewire the brain back into safety. And accountability isn't just about admitting what happened, although that's important and it's necessary and that must happen. It's about owning how it impacted the other person. It's about consistency over time, not one grand apology or one grand disclosure. It's about creating predictability, honesty, emotional availability every single day. True accountability sounds like, I can see how my actions created pain for you. It sounds like, I'm willing to sit with your emotions and not defend mine. It sounds like, I'll show you through my actions, not through my promises. That's what changes the nervous system, not words, but congruence. Now let's talk about something that sabotages even the most well-intentioned couples. Too many voices. After discovery, most couples become information junkies. Podcasts, books, therapists, courses, coaches, support groups. And listen, education is essential. You have to understand what you've been through. It helps you understand the terrain that you're in. But you cannot assimilate and integrate what you're learning if you have a dozen people giving you different roadmaps, different things to focus on or to look at or to work on. When you have too many voices in your head, it creates confusion, and confusion is the opposite of safety. You need one steady environment, one voice of reason to help you apply what you're learning to your life and to your relationship. This is exactly why I had to create the transparent partnership model. It had to come to the world because unlike traditional therapy, where each person has a different therapist or coach, or where everyone's operating from different agendas and separate agendas, the model works differently with both partners and the couple together. There is no secrecy. There's no he said or she said between all these different professionals. There's no competing voices creating more chaos. Instead, you have two people working on themselves and the relationship with one guide, one shared language for your healing. Because there is no blueprint for recovery after betrayal. There are frameworks. Frameworks honor individuality. They recognize that no two nervous systems, no two histories, no two lenses, no two people are the same. Your process has to be customized to you, for you, about you. That's why so many people stay stuck. They're trying to fit their pain, their story, their history, their background into someone else's protocol. It doesn't work. Real healing happens when you move from information to integration, when the things you've learned aren't just concepts, they become lived experiences. You stop asking, why did this happen? And you start asking, who am I becoming through all of this? That's when rebuilding a relationship after cheating becomes something much, much more than survival. If this is resonating for you, or if you're realizing that you've been stuck in learning and gathering information mode, but not actually living mode, then it might be time for a different kind of guidance. I invite you to book a free consultation call with me. We'll talk about where you are, what's been missing, and whether the transparent partnership model might be the structure that finally helps you rebuild from the inside out, because you deserve peace, not just progress. And rebuilding is absolutely possible when it's done the right way. I am Elise Craft. I'm so glad that you are here for this video. Hope to see you on a call if it makes sense for you, and I will see you in the next video.